Next, I'm going to the next remaining part of the our first unit under the introduction of the microservice architecture. So here I'm going to the giving now explanation about the how pattern languages will be applying in our microservice architecture. The previous example we seen design patterns and then why we are using the design patterns, uses of the microservices and principles behind of it and some of the characterizations aggregator, API gateway, chain responsibility, asynchronous messaging, database using, and branching circuit breaker. And next, coming to the now the topic is a microservice architecture style. So, why we are using the style here? Microservices are a popular architecture style for building an application that are resilient, high scalable, independability, deployable, and able to evolve quickly. Whatever we want to design a project design here, styling microservice architecture styling it is very helpful for an developer, and building a successful microservice architecture requires a fundamental shift in the mindset. It goes beyond the decomposing an application into smaller services. We must also rethink how systems are designing, how systems can be deploying, how systems can be operating. Next, microservice architecture styles is a collection of the small autonomous services. Before example or also I said as an microservices is a collection of the small modules. I say nothing but a collection of the small services. Each service is a self-contained and should implement a single business capability within a bounded content. A bounded content is naturally division with a business and provides an explicit boundary which can domain modules exist. And here I give you one of the simple project here, so many project like that here. I'm taking as a client entering into the API gateway means client wants access an app. So through the API gateway, here I divided my microservice architecture modules into the three modules. One is an for the domain service, another is an for the composition services. And next coming to the here, each every whatever server will be running in middle of the API gateway and the domain database. Server will going to providing the services in between the client and then database. So here I'm divided into the three databases here, three database domain, and one is an for the SQL database, another one is a no SQL database, another one is an SQL queries. Then I'm going to connecting with my DevOps environment. Here whatever message will be passing here I'm using the two events. One is a publish event, one is more is a subscribe event. Then next here and one more is an here using the one of the method using a microservices orchestration services will going to the using here. So management or orchestration, these are the two components for the microservice architecture. So management component handle the microservice orchestration. It schedules and deploys the services across the nodes, detects the failures and recover from the failures, and enables the auto-scaling based on demand. A content orchestration platform like an we are using an Kubernetes and then typically provides its functionality in cloud native environment. Solutions such as Azure Container Apps provide managed orchestration and built-in scaling. These tools are reduces the deployment complexity and operational overhead. And here one more API gateway. Previous example onwards, we are studying about the API gateway. API gateway services as intercom for end clients and requests to the API gateway instead of calling the services directly. The gateway provider forwards those requests to the appropriate backend services. It also handles the cross-cutting concerns such as authentication, logging, load balancing. In a cloud native microservice architecture, lightweight services proxies like an NB, Nginx, and support internal services to service communication. This type of internal traffic, known as an east-west traffic, enables the advanced routing and traffic control here. And next one is a message-oriented middleware technology we are using here. Technology will be acting like a third-party technology in between the client and server. The message platform like an Apache, Kafka, and Azure services. These are Apache, Kafka, Azure are acting as an servers. Through again servers only, client can access the data from the database. So here, bus enables the asynchronous communication in the microservice by promoting or losing coupling and supporting the high scalability. Means here, what type of communication we are using is an middleware technologies. We are using the asynchronous communications, and then to get the fast accessing purpose only, we are using the asynchronous communication. They can form the foundations of an event-driven architecture. These approaches allows the services to react events in real communication through asynchronous communication messages will be possible here. And one more is an observability. An effective observability strategy helps the teams to maintain the system reliable and resolve problems quickly. Centralized logging brings a logs together to support easier diagnostic, real-time monitoring with application performance. Monitoring agents framework like an open telemetry provides an visible into a system health and performance. This tracing is a tracks requested across the service boundaries. It helps the team to find the what improve the performance means whatever simply here they're saying is an observability whatever conditions how the data will be traveling in a network successfully or not. If it is not travel, if it is not get client successfully means there whatever problems will be existing like an authentication problems or taken as an bottleneck problems, these are all will be overcome means these are all will be solving like an by using the technology of an isolation technology it can solve by itself. And next one is the data management. Data management every time will going to playing the major role in every project. A well-designed database architecture support the autonomy and scalability. Microservices often use an essay polyglot persistence by using the different database types such as an SQL, no SQL based on each service's specific needs. These approaches aligns with the domain-driven design, triple acting as a domain-driven design. The idea of the bonded content. Each service owns its data and the scheme. This ownership reduces a cross services dependence and allows the service to evolve independently. This centralization model improves flexibility, performance, and system reliance. And next coming to the last is where we are going to applying our applications means applications of our microservice architecture nothing but an real-time examples in real life where we are going to using our microservice architecture in our daily life. So we are using a e-commerce projects especially will be like and we are using like a Amazon, Flipkart and whatever so many apps e-buy what the apps all are will be nowadays this type of styling this type of architectures are using to design or to update they enhance their apps. So e-commerce point of view microservice allows e-commerce platform to break down functionalities like product catalog shipping carts order processing customer accounts into independent services. This modularity enables the team to update this specific feature like a checkout process without affecting other parts of the application, leading to faster development and the easier scaling during a peak traffic. Second one is on streaming services. Streaming services is nothing but a platform like Netflix use microservices to handle video encoding, content delivery, user authentication, and recommendation of the some other engines are also. So this enables personalized recommendation and efficient handling for high data load and while also improving the fault isolations and then so many number of failures in services does not take down entire platform. So this is our applications of the microservice architecture. Simply the saying is an in real time example the taken as an one of the project comes under the e-commerce projects will be all or will be very helpful this type of architecturing and not only this one. So daily we are seeing into the streaming services like an Netflix or we are seeing some other whatever we are seeing like an apps. It will going to analyzing the ideas of the clients and then what they are interested. That one will going to providing and then search engines is an very useful for this one. So thank you for providing this opportunity for the first unit introduction of the microservice architecture and then use of the design pattern and what are the styles we are using in the microservice architecture. All our things will be completed. Thank you.